Welcome to another episode of my show. I am Stacy Marie, and I'm on location at Monument Glamping in Monument, Colorado, and I'll be right back with a great guest. Stay in the loop by subscribing to my newsletter. Go to stacymarie.tv to sign up today. Welcome back. With me is Shalisa Aldridge from Smores Gourmet S'mores.
Hi!
And I love s'mores. Oh my gosh.
These are s'mores on steroids.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. And I do want to remind my audience, go to smoremate.co, which is for Colorado. And we are going to have so much fun. So what made you decide to start your business?
Sure. So we are a family of 5. I've got 3 kiddos. We've always made it a point to do what we call Friday Family Fun Night. 6-7 years ago in Texas, we were doing Friday Family Fun Night. We were doing s'mores, but we were putting like all the chocolate sauce, strawberries, shoving fruit in the marshmallows. And we're like, it is like 2018 probably back then, somewhere in there. How come you can't walk into a restaurant and build a gourmet s'more? Like, it wasn't a thing.
Right.
And we knew that had to change. So we came up with the name. We're like, how come there's not a s'more May? And we had the name and everything picked out. But it just took several years for us to actually arrive at that point. And it came through a lot of networking. I was a licensed insurance agent. A lot of networking with really cool women who had their own businesses and were doing their own thing. I came home one day. I told my husband, I'm starting S'more May. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm doing it. We're going to do it. And it's just kind of evolved and changed from the original idea. But I couldn't be more happy with how it has turned out. So.
Oh, it's lovely. And we're going to get into about the marshmallows because you make your marshmallows homemade with different ingredients and all of that. But when it comes to your charcuterie boards, what do you find? What kind of events are people wanting to buy your charcuterie boards for?
Yeah, so we do a lot of weddings. It's beautiful for weddings in Colorado. So not only are they delicious, but the look is also what people are going for out here. It's kind of like a boho rustic vibe all in one, which is, I just love it. It's totally cool. So a lot of weddings, a lot of birthday parties, outdoor events, neighborhood events. I've done MOPS, the Mother of Preschoolers groups. We've done corporate events, collaborations, wine tastings. I mean, you name it. We've done just about anything. I do pop-ups. I do markets, and I just love doing things with other business owners. So pretty much anything that's thrown my way, I usually don't say no, unless I'm already booked.
Right. And I noticed on your Facebook, you seem like you're on the go every single day almost.
Yeah, I am. I stay really busy. I think Colorado is just ready for different stuff. I think they're ready to support small business owners. I think they're ready to get behind women that have cool ideas, and I'm no different. I love supporting small business, especially women-owned business. I just really have a heart, and especially for mamas or mompreneurs, as I call them, who are out there just really trying to make a life for themselves and doing their own things. I did work for corporate for like 6-7 years, and then I bounced around between different insurance companies, and it's just not for me. And what I think is so cool is that you don't have to fit the mold anymore. There's so many different things you can do. I mean, if you would have told me when I was a kid, you're going to make homemade marshmallows and own a mobile s'more bar, I would have been like, who does that? And, but today you can say things like that to your kids. And it's like, you could build a line of spaceships that are blinged out. I mean, like the craziest thing. And the truth is that that's a reality now. And I just think that's so cool. So yeah, I am always on the go, and I love it.
And the other thing you brought up about mompreneurs, because it's expensive. Things have gone up.
Yeah.
And women are moms are having to go look for a part-time job, full-time job, just to help make ends meet within their family. Yeah. And, if we could encourage more women to just start a business, do something you love to do, because it makes every day so much happier.
It does. It really does. And I've met so many different moms out there who are doing things that just are, like I said, they don't fit the mold. It's just different stuff like what I'm doing. And then there's moms who are out there designing lines of dishes for their toddlers. There's moms out there who are doing like monthly boxes to moms that are homeschoolers. I mean, there's so many different things you can do that you really can say, well, what do I enjoy and what fits my lifestyle? And you can make money from doing that. So I encourage anybody, like if you have a dream or if there's something that is missing that you say, well, I would love to have this, but it's not out there, create it. You need to create it. That's your sign. Just do it.
Yeah, and sometimes, like you said, there's a sign. Sometimes we do things as a hobby, for example, as women, and we don't realize that we're meant to be in that industry and start a business. And you know what? It is fearful to start a business. Where am I going to be at? Am I going to end up closing my business? Am I going to struggle find my clients or customers? But you know what? You just have to go for it.
You do. You do. And so I was really blessed in a sense that when I started Smore May, I was able to walk away from my full-time job as a licensed insurance agent. And thank God for the way that worked out. But even if you can't just quit your full-time job, even if you just have to start slow, just start somewhere. Because if you don't at least start somewhere, you'll never be able to walk away from that job that makes you unhappy. There's no reason that you have to stay and continue to do something that makes you unhappy. Life's too short to stay in something you don't like. So
Absolutely.
if you have a dream, just even start small.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
I love it. I want you to show us your s'mores charcuterie table.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. So Shalisa, oh my gosh, you got all these different types of marshmallows. Tell me which ones are which.
So on the left, you've got our toasted coconut, which is a top seller. Right next to that is espresso, and that is made with real espresso. So it does have a little caffeine kick, and they're topped with cacao beans, which I love, or cacao nibs, cacao nibs. And then you've got vanilla, chocolate peanut butter, which is one of my top favorites. And then right behind the chocolate peanut butter is our flavor of the month, which is German chocolate. And then in the very back, tucked away behind the Reese's, is our black forest cherry. So we do have several flavors. I make, I think, like 12 or 13 different flavors. So these are just a few of our favorites.
Wow. They look so delicious.
And there's just endless combinations. I mean, I do tons of different chocolates. You see cookies and cream. There's Ghirardelli caramel filled, Ghirardelli dark chocolate. We've got Reese's. I do like Hershey's milk chocolate. And if you have a favorite chocolate, I'm always willing to bring that along as well.
Wow. So what made you decide to make homemade marshmallows versus, hey, I'm just going to go to the store and pick one, the bag up?
Well, I knew right away that I wanted to do bougie s'mores, and I don't feel like you can really do bougie s'mores with a bag of store-bought marshmallows. And by the time I had decided to start Smore May, you guys have already heard where my heart is for female entrepreneurs, and I was already feeling that way before I started. So my plan was originally to source everything that I did from other female business owners that were local to Colorado. But I kind of had a hard time doing that. I couldn't really find anybody who had the capacity to take on more wholesale, or I got turned down, which I totally understand because it is hard to do wholesale. It's expensive to make your own stuff. So I decided, you know what, I guess I'm making homemade marshmallows, and I did.
Oh my gosh. And they look absolutely tasty, and I cannot wait to try one. Actually, I want to try all of them. So let's do that. Let's go to the fire pits and let's just try them.
Let's do it.
Welcome back. So, oh my gosh. So what do you think goes with the coconut? Can anything go with the coconut?
Absolutely. It goes with anything. One of my favorite things to do with coconut, one of my favorite Girl Scout cookies is a Samoa. So if you do like a dark chocolate caramel filled Ghirardelli and then just graham cracker on the outside or fudge stripe on the outside, it kind of mimics that cookie, and it is so divine.
Wow.
So that's one of my favorite things with coconut. But yes, you can do anything.
Oh my gosh. So do you melt it and then put it on the graham cracker?
Yes, exactly. And then it'll start to melt your chocolate. So whether you do like the fudge stripe, if you do a fudge stripe, you don't necessarily have to put any other chocolate on it because it'll melt the chocolate that's on your fudge stripe. And it's delicious. Or you can put your chocolate on top of your cookie, and then once your marshmallow is melted, it'll go ahead and melt that chocolate that you have on there.
Oh, wonderful.
One cool thing about these marshmallows you're going to notice is they're not going to light on fire instantly like a store-bought marshmallow does. And I guess really it's just a lack of preservatives. So our vanilla marshmallow has 6 ingredients compared to a store-bought marshmallow. We usually have like 16.
Wow.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. Sometimes the coconut will grab the flame, but the marshmallow itself will not catch on fire.
Oh, that's good to know.
But they do caramelize, and it kind of makes like a shell on the outside.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's like, it reminds me of creme brulee, which is one of my
I
favorites.
love creme brulee. Oh,
So,
yes. And see, kids, this is great for families.
it is.
To sit around at a campfire and just eat, marshmallows,
Yeah.
roast them. And the thing is like, What I love about it is that they can support a small business like yours.
Thank you. I
Be-
love it too.
because because I'm all about small business.
Same. Yeah, me too. And it's really fun with families. We do this almost anytime I have people over at my house, or my parents and I got an Airbnb over spring break with my sister, my nephew, my 3 kiddos. And I brought my little fire pits out there, the ones that you saw on the table earlier.
Yes.
And we did s'mores right inside the Airbnb. So it doesn't have to be a hard thing either. It doesn't have to be a big fire. You can just do the little fire pits, which I'm going to do a shameless plug. I sell those too. I sell the fuel for them and everything. But we just bust those little guys out anytime we have friends over, anytime it's a kid's birthday, anytime it's my birthday. We just pull them out. We have marshmallows ready to go, and it's always fun. My oldest daughter always gets marshmallow in her hair, so we're always laughing about that. And I mean, the amount of pictures I have of us just laughing so hard, tears, because of what's going on with the s'mores. I mean, whether they're messy or like it falls off in the fire pit, I mean, it's fun. It gets us laughing. It's a conversation starter, and even doing them at parties, you see people up there who didn't know each other. Like, I did a wedding, and there was like somebody from the groom's side chatting with somebody from the bride's side. Turns out they had a bunch in common, and they're all up there laughing around the fire pit together. It's bringing people together that wouldn't have normally met before, and I think that's so fun. Community building is huge to me.
Yes.
And you wouldn't think, oh, s'mores are a community builder, but they really are.
They're a great conversation starter.
They are.
They really are. So this is the German chocolate one, right?
German chocolate, yes. It's so good.
Oh my gosh.
They're really fudgy.
Oh, I love chocolate. I love fudge. I mean, I just love it all.
Yeah, I do too.
So in the process of making marshmallows, I'm not going to ask you for the ingredients. All I want to know is like, what is the process and how long once you make them, when you could actually, somebody could start eating them?
Yeah. So it's a matter of boiling together the main ingredients into a syrup, and you have to get that to a certain degree. Once it's done, you whip it up with gelatin. And it's a matter of getting some things just right, because if you don't, they don't sit up correctly. But once you do that, I pour them into my pans. They have to sit for about 6 hours before they're ready to go. And then I cut every single marshmallow by hand. So it is a little bit of a process, but I've gotten it down, and I would say the hardest part is probably the cleanup. It's so sticky, so I have to literally boil hot water just to clean everything up. So it's fun.
So I hear that you are starting to make your own chocolate. Oh, and roll. So what made you decide to do that? And by the way, everyone loves chocolate. I mean, I don't know anybody that does not.
And if they don't, they can't be trusted. I'm just kidding. My mom doesn't like chocolate, so if she's watching.
Oh, really?
I love you, Mom. She likes white chocolate, but that's not real chocolate.
That's not real chocolate.
But no, so I started reading a bunch of recipes, and I discovered it's not that hard to make chocolate. If I can make marshmallows, I can make chocolate. So I just decided to give it a try, which is just how I am. That is perfectly my personality. And eventually, I will be making my own cookies. So I'll probably do like chocolate chip, maybe a spin on the fudge stripe, graham crackers, which I have made before, and they were delicious. They tasted like honey grahams. But because of the high altitude, it's just hard to get them just right. So once I find a little more zen and patience, I'll try again. But the homemade chocolate is delicious. I sell the bars for $7. You can find those on our website soon. They haven't launched on the website yet, but I will get them up and running soon. Always watch our social media too for updates. We're smoremay_CO on Instagram, and we're just Smoremay Gourmet S'mores on Facebook. But I always post on there what's going on. So
I always take a glance. If I miss you, because being on social media, I mean, the page goes by fast. The posts go by fast.
So fast.
And there's times I'm like, I need to go look and see what they posted. And so I'm always doing that. Oh my gosh, this is so good. And
Me too, with all my favorite places.
And it's like, I want to bring this up. German chocolate cake has always been one of my favorites. So the fact that you had German chocolate.
So it's funny, it's my husband's favorite. And the month of April is his birthday and my son's birthday. My son likes anything sweet, so we won't even say it's his favorite. Every sweet is his favorite. But it is my husband's favorite. And my grandma, who passed away in 2016, always made him a German chocolate cake for his birthday. So he's been bugging me to do a German chocolate marshmallow. He's like, it's my birth month. Do it for the flavor of the month. I do a flavor of the month every month. So that's why it's German chocolate this month, because it's his favorite too. And I've had so many people tell me that, which is another fun thing. It's just so fun to connect with people and learn things about them in ways that you would never expect.
That's one thing I love, meeting new business owners. I just love hearing their story, and in any way I could support them.
Same.
In what they're doing, and giving them encouragement, because we sure all need that.
Oh, we do. We sure do.
I got it all over my hand.
Well, I always tell people the messier the better.
Yes.
You're doing it right.
I'm doing it right.
I mean, you can't have a s'more without a mess. That's why we bring the hand wipes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm going to try this, because I'm going to try it with the cookie.
That's what I did with my coconut one. I did it with the thumbprint. It was delicious.
Oh,
I haven't eaten the
wow.
whole thing because I'm afraid if I do, I won't be able to taste the others. This is our dinner, by the way.
Hey, at least we don't run around like kids after sugar and have that sugar high.
No, I'd rather just go right to sleep.
Right, me too. Right, me too. And this is a perfect day to have this at the glamping grounds.
It really is. You know, it's a little bit chilly, but if it was much warmer, the fire pit gets a little bit warm.
Yes. Now, do you mail off everything of your products?
Absolutely.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, so it'd be hard to ship like a s'more board, for example, because it's not going to stay pretty through the mail.
Right.
But instead, you could do a s'mores kit. So we do 4 s'more kits, 8 s'more kits, 12 s'more kits, or any customizable size. And then we also do a mini kit, which just has 2 s'mores. But I can absolutely send any of those. The homemade chocolate, my chocolate is not tempered, so it has a lower melting point, and I do that so that it melts easier with the s'mores. So that probably wouldn't be best to ship, but with the marshmallows, they ship just fine. I ship them all the time. Several orders a week go out of marshmallows, and everybody loves them, and they show up just fine. So.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep.
And I'm going to have you show the different boxes.
Okay.
When we're done here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm just the vanilla. Oh my gosh.
It's like when you go to a pizza place, you have to try their cheese pizza to
Right?
really judge if they're a good pizza place. And it's the same thing with marshmallows. So
Your marshmallows are just super delicious.
thank you. I'm glad you like them. I mean, of course, I talk about how delicious they are all the time, but it doesn't mean as much when it's coming from the maker, because I have to say it, whether they are or not, right?
Yeah. But this is super delicious.
Thank you.
And of course, I'm getting some in my hair.
Yeah, see, I told you.
And this is a perfect day to get into my hair.
It is. Totally. We were at a women's retreat this weekend in Buena Vista up in the mountains, and I brought some of my marshmallows to share. We went up there with our church, and I had passed out some of the espresso ones for breakfast. And they were giving an announcement up on the stage, and one of my friends that I gave one to turns to me with the espresso marshmallow, and she just mouths, "What is this?" And of course I bust out laughing during the middle of the announcement, but it was too funny.
That is funny. Oh, this has been great.
I'm glad you like did you try the chocolate peanut butter?
This one? No,
Oh, the chocolate peanut butter marshmallow.
Yes. Oh, it's so
Yeah, it's one of my
delicious.
favorites.
And it's interesting how the density and how it stays together.
Yeah. And they are different, like the chocolate peanut butter and then our Nutella swirl, which I didn't bring, but I make a Nutella swirl as well. They're both, like if you fill them, they're really heavy and more dense, but they still melt. I mean, look at that.
Wow.
Melts perfectly. And they're just so delicious.
They are. Now I'm going to try the coconut.
Yes, it's really good.
See, and what's really great about it is you don't have to wait to summertime to have s'mores.
No.
S'mores are for all year round.
Year round, absolutely. And some people that are like, it's almost s'more season. I'm like, what?
What?
It's always s'more season.
Well, I think it'd be cool to go to a wedding where they have the s'mores at night and not be traditional wedding or reception, and just everyone just sits and roasts marshmallows
So-
and listen to music.
And it doesn't have to replace the cake. Like, still do your cake.
Yeah.
We did one, and it was I think it was in October. Yeah, it was October at Flying Horse. Beautiful venue. And we set up outside. And at the end of the reception, the very end, they had a s'more hour. It was a social hour. And so I was just there for 1 hour from 9 to 10. And it was really fun. They had their cake like a couple hours earlier, so... But yeah, it was great. I got a lot of compliments. The bride and groom loved it. Their guests loved it. So.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Now, can s'mores be eaten with a glass of wine? So what wine would be good for it, to go with it?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Prosecco is really good with the vanilla marshmallow, I believe it is, or the S'moreo, which is vanilla marshmallow with crushed Oreos. And then Rosé is delicious with the strawberries and cream. Highly recommend that one. And I'm sure you could really do any other combinations that you want to do. But if you have any questions about the wine tastings, I do wine pairings with the marshmallows. I have a couple friends that are wine connoisseurs, and we've done some really cool stuff with them. So if you have a marshmallow and you're like, hey, we want to do chocolate peanut butter, what goes well with that? Just reach out. I'm happy to always point you in the direction of something delicious.
Oh, awesome.
This is so good with the pretzel. Did you do one with the pretzel?
No, I got to do that.
Yeah, this is good. It's a giant pretzel.
I got mostly chocolate. Chocolate.
It's on my nose.
Oh my gosh. I got it in my hair.
I always tell people at the markets, don't clean your face. It's a walking advertisement.
It is. It is. It is.
Some people over there are going to be like, what is that? S'mores? Hello?
Yes. All right. Well, we'll be right back with more s'mores.
S'more where that came from.
Yep. Stay in the loop and never miss a beat. Follow S'more May Gourmet S'mores on Facebook and Instagram. Welcome back. We're going to go and check out the S'mores bar, and it's kind of cool. So here we go. Oh, wow. I love your S'mores bar, and what a great idea to take this on the go. You could go to parties with this.
Yeah, so this is I call it our home base. So whenever we do a party, this is where I refill cookie trays or whatever I need to do. So this is kind of just where I set up shop. If I do an event where people are coming up to order a build your own s'more, they can come right up to the window and order it, and then they can go to the table, which will have the fire pits on it. So we do a lot of different things in here. But believe it or not, this was actually my horse trailer when I was a kid. So it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of love in it. But this is what we used to haul our horses in when we were little. So my husband and I completely gutted it out and remodeled it to fit what we wanted it to look like. So
I love it.
It's really fun.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
I just like to make it look fun.
You did a really cool job.
Thank you.
It is so adorable.
Thank you.
Shalisa, thank you for being with me today. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh. When I get back, I will show you my glamping room, so I'll be right back. Stay in the loop by subscribing to my newsletter. Go to stacymarie.tv to sign up today. When I arrived to Monument Glamping, they have this book with lots of information that I definitely recommend you reading. Talks about your upgrades, payment information, the rules. I found it very interesting. We talked about pets, talked about not having parties. And I get it, because there are neighbors around. So I totally recommend, there's so much information here that I totally recommend you definitely checking out when you arrive. From your tent, they have a basket full of products that you can use for cooking, as you can see in this video. There is a fire ban on using firewood, but it's okay because you can purchase propane or you could bring your own to hook up to the barbecue and fire pit. All of the incidentals are located on their website for you to see and purchase. But it is convenient for them to provide plates and bowls. And they've got coffee. You have your own private bathroom, and it's really nice. So this is the view from the deck. Oh my gosh, look how gorgeous it is. And there's plenty of hiking trails within this campground. And yeah, it's beautiful. I boiled some hot water and enjoyed a cup of tea that night underneath the stars. Good morning. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful morning here at the Glamp campgrounds. The bed is really comfortable. Oh my gosh, super soft. The high winds last night. Oh boy. But I stayed really warm. I stayed pretty warm in the glamping room. Is if you could see it, you could see, hopefully you could see, but I had a little heater, a space heater, that is provided. But yeah, I love it here. I'm gonna come back. I'll bring my family. Anyways, I'm gonna go get ready for the day, fix some breakfast, and then I have an interview to do. Bye. It was a beautiful morning and I enjoyed every moment of it, cooking. Here's some of the other glamping tents that you could rent. And 2 of them is right on the stream. It's a beautiful view. Before you leave, make sure to sign the autograph page. Sign your autograph. And this helps other future campers know how your experience was here at Monument Glamping. I also love the fact that they have the checkout instructions right here. Your deck directions on everything, which is cool. This is so much fun. Oh, and I have a visitor this morning. Hi, Pretty. Yeah, before I leave, I got a visitor. There's about, I think I saw like 2 or 3 cats. This is another one. But anyways, this was a lot of fun. Glamping time is coming to an end. I want to give a big shout out to Chris and Wendy Jube for having me here. It was just so nice to get away by myself and to soak up this nature and scenery. And if you are interested in booking your next reservation here at Monument Glamping, go to monumentglamping.com. So Lisa, thank you for being with me today. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh. Oh. I'm so freezing cold that I'm like, I'm gonna use this as a Google because I'm telling you, it is so cold, and I just want to go.
Crying right before this came.
I know, right? All right, when I get back, I will show you my glamping room. So I'll be right back.